So the third rune page we're going to go for here is a mage. A standard mage with a lot of dominance in lane, and so mostly mid laners, mostly mages, and the best path for this is sorcery. So you have summon Aery or Aery. It's not Aery, but it's probably Aery. Your attacks and abilities send Aery to a target, damaging an enemy or champions or shielding allies. Kind of also support based, almost like Lulu's. I think it's E. Not too sure about this one. This is an interesting one, but in terms of damage, because you're really not going to be next to an ally, so it's going to lose some of its significance. You want to go for something like Arcane Comet if you're going for more damage. This is pretty much sends out an ability. It's a comet, and it just does a bunch of damage after you've used an ability. It can be dodged, so keep that in mind when you're up against like a LeBlanc or something, because they can pretty much dodge these really easily. Same as like a Zed. And Phase Rush. This is like Storm Raider Surge. Pretty much you do enough damage, you do 3 attacks or 3 separate abilities, and you gain movement speed. It's really good for catching up. And you can see with melee champs, you even gain 75% slow resistance. 3 seconds as well. This is not too bad. Pretty strong. You will sacrifice some damage. But for this example, I want to pick a full-on mage, like, we'll say Xerath. Let's go with Xerath. He has everything a mage needs, a lot of damage, all his abilities are skill shots, and he requires really good positioning, and we're going to keep that in mind for this page. He doesn't really dominate lane, but he does have a pretty good laning experience. So we're going to go with Arcane Comet for damage, and over here we've got Nullifying Orb. So when you take magic damage, that would reduce your health below 30, gain a shield. Sort of like a barrier, and this is only good against, again, magic damage opponents. So any AP champs like Syndra or something that's going to kill you, this is pretty good, because you're going to have that, it's like a free barrier really. Then you have a mana flow band every 60 seconds. Your ability used has its mana or energy cost refunded. Not too bad actually, but Xerath actually has a passive where if you auto an enemy or a minion, you'll get mana back. And the last one is Ultimate Hat. The ultimate's reduced by 5%. Not too sure about this one. His ultimate's pretty good at the moment. I would actually probably go for this one. If you're up against any AP mages who are like a Syndra is probably the best example, or an Aery who wants to burst you, or a LeBlanc, take this. This is perfect for that. So let's just say we're up against a LeBlanc. Otherwise, you could probably take this, maybe. This, I'm not too sure about this. This really depends. Because obviously the further on the game goes, you'll be able to stack this up. So it only stacks to 5 times though. So 25%. I'm not too sure if this is worth it. It's good for sieging. I guess if you always have your ult up, you can just press ult with Xerath and just poke people down before the fight even starts. But for this example, we're just going to take this, because we want to survive that burst from LeBlanc or Syndra. Transcendence, gain 10% CDR when you reach level 10. Not too bad. CDR is not his main problem. He gets Morello, 20% CDR already. Plus, you're probably going to take... Actually, no, there's no more CDR runes. Okay, so... this is probably pretty good. This is probably pretty good at the moment. Gain 4% movement speed and 8% of movement speed to your AP or AD. This is not too bad either, because as you're going to be Xerath, you're going to be extremely squishy because you're only going to build AP. You're going to get some increased movement speed. I actually like this. While above 70%, gain an adaptive bonus. This is actually really good too, because as Xerath, you're either going to be 100% or 0. It's very hard to be in between, unless they also have a poke champ, but most of the times, this is actually really good. You can stay far back and you'll get rewarded for it. Take no damage, and this is one of the most passive rewards in the game, I think. So let's just take this. Absolute focus. I assure you this is going to be used on really squishy champs who don't have to get into the fight. Something like a Vel'Koz or a Xerath, really good for this. And the last one is Scorch. I like Scorch. This is really good. An extra burn. Water walking. You really don't want to be going in the river too much. As a Xerath, you're rarely going to be able to just like freely go into the river. And Gathering Storm, this is really good. This is a scaling. So if you think you're going to scale, if you think it's going to be a long game, say you got a Vayne ADC, say you have what's a scaling top laner? So you have something like a Cho'Gath who's just gonna eat and chomp his way to massive tankiness. You have a, what else would you have? A jungler like a Sejuani or something. People are just a slow paced game. You're gonna scale. Maybe this is good, but if not, this is probably the best. I would probably take this all the time. And we've already tried precision and sorcery. Precision, we haven't actually tried. Have we tried domination? We've tried domination as well. So for this example, I'm actually going to try. Let's go for a bit of a defensive. But we don't want to, we're not going to get touched. Let's go for something interesting. We'll go inspiration. Keep it interesting. When flash is on cooldown, it's okay. This is actually not too bad. Maybe you can go into the river, hide in the brush. You see someone coming. You got a few seconds. You can just blink over the wall. This is extremely risky. I'm not too sure. Getting a total biscuit of everlasting will every 3 minutes. Restore 15%. This is really good as well. Let's just take this. Say we want to, I don't know, lane for a bit longer. Let's take that. Stopwatch that transform. This is actually really good too for, say you got a Z or something. Let's just take this then. Keep it really interesting. Remember, we're trying. We want to try things out here. We want to push the limits a bit. We want to go something where we haven't seen before. So imagine getting this really early into a game. And, you know, you can already get rid of Zed's ult. Imagine you're up against a Zed or a Syndra. You press this, that's it. They can't kill you. You're going to have this. You can take away most of their damage and you'll be safe. And magical footwear, I don't know about this. Not too sure. It's okay. It's okay. It's very interesting. Don't want to get this. Don't want material. This is much more for bot lane, these two. Cosmic Insight. This is actually not too bad. This is not too bad at all. You remember, your summoner spells are extremely important on Xerath. Nope. I'm going to take this. I'm going to take this. Alright, and there you have it. Xerath rune page. The second path is a little risky, a little bit different. I would probably recommend domination. But for this example, or if you want to go really tanky or safe, go into the resolve. But for this, we're going to try this out. It's going to be really interesting. I'll see you guys in the next video. We're going to keep trying things out. I'm going to pump out content. I want to try out as many champs in ranked. We're going to try out everything. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Keep tuned in, and I'll see you guys for the next rune page, which is probably a tank.